Hello friends, welcome to Insights ICANN initiative. In this video, we are going to discuss about the usage of Bharat instead of the India in the official communication given by the President in the G20 context. So we are going to discuss about, are there any possibility that Government of India is coming up with a proposal that usage of Bharat instead of India in the official communication from further communication. So there are speculations that this issue may come up in the special parliamentary meetings. So in this video, we are going to discuss about how these words Bharat, India, Hindustan came into existence and what were the debates went in the Constituent Assembly. And we will also discuss about what is the Union of India, Territory of India, and what is the meaning of India, that is union with indestructible states. Okay. So indestructible union with destructible state, what does it mean? We are going to discuss about all these details. Okay. Without any further delay, first let us see the syllabus mapping. This particular issue is related to Gender Studies Paper 2, Constitution, Indian Constitution, Features and Amendments, and the video components. In this video, we are going to discuss about why this particular issue is in news. That means why in news. Then we will discuss about different names of India and Constituent Assembly debates, history of the names, like Bharat, India, Hindustan, and we'll also discuss about what is Article 1 is talking about, and finally we'll discuss about Supreme Court views. Okay, what was the view of the Supreme Court? One in 2016, the other one in 2020. Okay, in both the times Supreme Court expressed different opinions. What were those opinions? We will see. Now, first, why it is in news? The majorly students, it is in news because recently there was a communication, a letter released from Rashtrapati Bhavan, which was, supposed to be, invitation to the G20 invitees regarding the G20 dinner invitation. In this, it mentioned the, here you can see, here it mentioned the President of Bharat rather than President of India. Not only this, even they given the G20 booklets to these foreign delegates. There it mentioned that Bharat, the mother of democracy. This was mentioned, and further extended to this, Bharat is the official name of the country, and it is mentioned in the Constitution as also in the discussions in the Constituent Assembly. This is what the description given by the booklet. So from this, some experts or some political opinion or some of the opposition parties, they are speculating that this issue may come up in the special parliamentary session. We already discussed about parliamentary special meetings. What were they about? One nation, one election, Ramnath Kovind committee, all this information. In the yesterday video also I explained about different types of constitution amendment and all these things. Now, let us see further regarding this news. First, speculation. There are speculations that the official change of the name of the country. Actually, so many people here misleading that we are changing the name, but that is not the truth actually, because Article 1 is already providing that. Article 1 already providing that India, that is Bharat, and it is what? It is a union of states. It is a union of states. This information clearly providing by the Constitution. Of course, if you read further the Article 1, when we go to the Article 1 Clause 3, okay, Article 1 Clause 3, it is saying that about the territory of India. Territory of India. Tell me students, which is having the very broad meaning, Union of States or Territory of India? Put your answer in the comment section. I'll explain in the further in this video. So now let us see. Article 1 is always saying that India, that is Bharat, it shall be the union of states. And of course, there are several names being suggested to the India. And this Bharat word is already, it is been in use. For example, Reserve Bank of India. There, in the Hindi version of the Reserve Bank of India, you will use the word Bharat. And the Hindi version of the Indian Railways, you will use the word Bharat. So now in the Hindi versions, we are already using the Bharat. Okay. But even, in some political parties, like Bharatiya Janata Party, Bharat Jodo Yatra. So this word Bharat is in news. Okay. Is in usage in masses, but still the government, making it official is, like somewhat the word Bharat usage is going to be much more compared to the previous. That is going to be the change. Now first, how these names are about different names of the India. Initially it started with the Meluha. Meluha used to be referred this Indian subcontinent. This entire Indian subcontinent now, it used to be called as Meluha, and it was referred, this word Meluha was referred in the Mesopotamian civilization. Tell me students, Mesopotamian civilization was flourished in which river banks? In which river banks Mesopotamian civilization was flourished? I already mentioned at various times: Indus Valley civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Egypt civilization, and Yangtze, China civilization. All these civilizations are contemporary in nature. So Mesopotamian civilization, which is flourished along the river banks of Tigris and Euphrates, it referred Indian subcontinent as Meluha. Then Hindustan, Persian, especially people from Iran, they referred this present Indian subcontinent region as Hindustan. And Indian constitution mentioned India, Bharat, and there are some other ancient names also there for India. They are Jambudvipa and Nabivarsha and Aryavarta. These are some of the names. Now let's see each one by one. First we'll discuss about Bharat, Bharata or Bharatavarsha. How this name came? Actually this name was initially it mentioned in the Vedic textures or Vedic literature, in Puranas, as well as certain scriptures such as Mahabharata. And even this word Bharat, it became widely popular in the Indian national movement, because at that time every Indian, when they are going through the patriotism, the wave of patriotism, we used to express our affinity towards the nation by giving the slogan of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Still we use this slogan a lot. So Bharat word was pretty much very popularized during the Indian national movement in the 20th century. So this Bharat word, Bharat or Bharata, it used to indicate the supra-regional nature. Not only India, the Akhand Bharat, like the present day Bangladesh, present day, Pakistan, all these used to come under the meaning of Bharata. Even the Puranas mentioned the Bharata, like I mentioned earlier. And in Puranas, Bharata word was mentioned not in terms of geographical, but in terms of the religious as well as the socio-cultural entity. The region which is having some religious uniformity or cultural uniformity, entire this region used to call as Bharata. It is not about the geographical boundaries. And Bharata, according to some scriptures, Bharata was a king, and whoever the people present in this country, they are the progeny of this king. Okay, and this king was also mentioned in Rigveda, and he was generally referred as ancestor of all the people of India, a common king. So this is how the word Bharat, Bharata or Bharatavamsha or Bharatavarsha, this word came into existence. Hindustan. This word Hindustan, generally it was much popularized by the Persians who occupied the Indus Valley region. They referred this Indus as a Hindu. Okay, the Sindhu and Hindu. Sindhu is the Sanskrit version and the Persian version was Hindu. And people who were living beyond the Sindhu river, that entire region they used to call as Hindustan, because they used to use the word stan as a suffix, like Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, like that. So Persian gives the word Hindustan. Later, the mixing of Hindi and Urdu language, later popularly known as Hindustani. That is also you have to keep in mind. Next, India. India, this word very popularized ancient days by Greeks. Greece was very popular for the Western philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, all these hailed from the Greece. Greece especially, they knew about this Hindu region, and they call this region as Indus. And the people who are living beyond this Indus region, it later became popularized as India. When Alexander from Macedonia, when he invaded India, he referred this region beyond the Indus River as India. In the 18th century, Britishers used this word India very frequently in the form of East India Company. You know that. Now we'll see, that was about the historical way, different names and the history behind that names. Now we will see how this debate of the country name was happened in the Constituent Assembly. Before that, first we will discuss the what is Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru, in his book The Discovery of India, referred India with multiple names such as India, Hindustan and Bharata and Bharata. So these are the multiple names used by Jawaharlal Nehru in his book The Discovery of India. Now come back to the Constituent Assembly debates. On September 17th, 1949, on that day, the debate about the Article 1 was started. Different opinions were being proposed by different members, and majority of the suggestions, they were dismissed by the Constituent Assembly. First we will see some of the prominent proposals. First, Hari Vishnu Kamath, H.V. Kamath, he represented the forward bloc. He suggested that Article 1 should be read like Bharat, or in the English language India. That means now we are having India, that is Bharat. Instead of that, he suggested Bharat, or in the English language India shall be. That was his suggestion. Then Seth Govind Das, he suggested that Bharat known as India also in the foreign countries. Okay, Article 1. Okay, instead of India, that is Bharat, he suggested that Bharat known as India also in foreign countries. Hargovind Pant, they demanded that Bharata Varsha and nothing else. Okay, India should be named as Bharata Varsha. But all these suggestions, none of them was taken into consideration by Constituent Assembly, and finally we came up with Article 1 as India, that is Bharat. Very important. Next. So now we'll see Article 1, because Article 1, very frequently we quoted Article 1 in this video. Article 1, what it is reading? Article 1 is clearly reading that India, that is Bharat, and it is a union of states. It is a union of states. Article 1 actually it gives information, two types of information. Article 1 provides to you. Article 1 provides the name of the country. Already we know that it is providing name of the country as India, and of course it is also saying that Bharat. And Article 1 also gives information about the nature of polity also. Nature of polity, very important, because Article 1 clearly saying that India is union of states, not the federation of states. Union of states. Here what is the meaning of this union of states? Here union of states indicating that India is indestructible union with destructible states. Indestructible union with destructible states. That you have to know that, friends. Indestructible union with destructible states. This is the nature of polity. And naming already I told you. Okay. So here remember, this was the observation given by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar given this observation about this. Because states once they joined with India, they cannot go away. But state can be divided within the state. Like Andhra Pradesh divided into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Punjab, erstwhile Punjab divided into Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra, like that. Actually, Article 1 gives information about the Union of States as well as Territory of India. Union of States means nothing but union government and state governments. Union of States. Union government and state governments. Union of State means. Whereas Territory of India means it includes Union of States, that means central government, states, plus it also gives UTs, Union Territories. And it also includes the exclusive economic zone. That means we can clearly say that the territory of India is having the wider meaning compared to the Union of States. That you have to know that, students. Article 1, Territory of India includes territory, UTs as other areas such as exclusive economic zone, and union here is about indestructible in nature. Territory of India versus Union of India, which is having the wider interpretation. I told you, Territory of India is having the wider meaning. And Supreme Court, about this name change. Previously, 2 times it given its observation. We'll see what are those observations. In 2016, CJI, at that time, T.S. Thakur, he opinioned that any individual has his own choice whether to use the word India or Bharat. An individual can use any of the term. It is entirely his choice. In 2020, Supreme Court observed that the word India should be removed and instead of that Bharat should be included. That was one of the pill. By examining this bill, Supreme Court observed that the word India is already called Bharat in the constitution. So again, there is no point of changing the name. These are the previous observations by the Supreme Court. Next, yesterday's video. Which of the following Constitutional Amendment Act made it compulsory for the President to give his assent to the Constitution Amendment Bill? So when Constitution Amendment goes to bill goes to President has to accept that according to the 24th Constitution Amendment Act 1971. Now let's see today's video. Today's video question. Which term is not used in the preamble of the Indian Constitution? Republic, integrity, federal and socialist. Which one is not used? Okay. Main question. So while the center as well as state government, they are deriving the power from Constitution, still Indian Constitution is the federal system with unitary bias. Explain how you can say that Indian Constitution is providing the federal government with unitary bias. This is your main question. And as we are reaching to the end of this video, we'll quickly revise. In this video, we discussed about what is the issue about the India as well as Bharat, how these various names came into existence, their historical background we discussed, and what is Article 1 is providing. And we also discussed about the debates in constituent assemblies, and we discussed about what is the difference between the Union of India, Union of States as well as Territory of India, and about the indestructible union with the destructible states. What does it mean? That is also we covered in this video. So this is the detailed analysis regarding the India and Bharat name controversy.